it taints your objectivity as a journalist. Do you find that that's true?
Well, I mean, it shapes what you report. It shapes what you see. I mean, it's a very, it very much shapes things. Has it forced me to make things up or report or not report things that I've seen? No, but I only see certain things that the military lets me see. For the most part, they're very cooperative and letting me go out with them. But there are times when they will get, commanders will get angry at things that you've reported. Maybe you've quoted, maybe they don't like quotes from soldiers you've reported. And I've had them terminate embeds because of that. I mean, the way it works is that you're in a place for a couple weeks and you're on your cot, and all of a sudden some soldier wakes you up and says you're getting on the next helicopter to Baghdad or to headquarters, where you just pack up all your stuff and you're gone. And later on you hear about why that was, because maybe you had a quote that the colonel didn't like, or the PAO didn't like.
What's a PAO?
Public affairs officer. That's the person that's designated in a unit to sort of handle the reporter. He's your main, he or she is your main point of contact. That being said, the majority of my experiences with embeds and with the U.S. military has not been like that. I think that there are a lot of folks here who understand what your job is, the role that you're playing in the whole circus, and respect that.
What is your job in the circus?
My job in the circus, now is a little different from what it was when I was working for the Los Angeles Times. When I was working for the Los Angeles Times, it was more or less you were reporting for the world on sort of the big events of what's going on in Iraq, and trying to put it in some sort of context, and drawing information from throughout the country and trying to synthesize it in some way. Now for Stars and Stripes, because my readership are servicemen and women, primarily young men, aged 18 to 37, writing stories that I believe that they would be interested in. So it's about what their colleagues are doing, missions that they're performing. We write notebook items on things that are amusing or kind of quirky, that service people would be interested in, and then sometimes just general kind of news stories about events like the suicide bombing at the factory.
So in your time in Iraq, what good have you seen? Any signs of progress on any front?
I've seen a lot of signs of progress. I personally go back and forth about the war. I will spend some time with a unit and be very excited about what I see about the progress that's being made. When you go into areas that were really violent and aren't any longer that violent, it's very encouraging. But then you'll see things turn around sometimes, and that can be a little discouraging. I'm always amazed at how many of the service people I come across really have good intentions and really want to see things work out, and want Iraq to be a free country. And it's really frustrating for them. They're concerned a lot about how what's going on over here is reported in the mainstream press, and sometimes it's a little difficult for them to articulate their frustrations. But I mean, I've been surprised at the number of officers and enlisted people that I've come across who really want to see things work out here, really want to see democracy take root, and want to see the Iraqi people prosper.
Have you spent much time with Iraqi security forces?
I have spent time with Iraqi security forces, not prolonged sort of embeds where a week or a month, because one, because of the language barrier, two, because I'm with the U.S. Military, and three, I think it's a good way to get yourself killed. They see a lot of contact. They are not as their equipment. They don't have the sort of armor that the U.S. forces do, and they're. I'm amazed at these guys. I think they've got a lot of courage. Of course, they are looking for a paycheck, but all the soldiers here are looking for a paycheck as well, in addition to their patriotic aspirations. I've spent, but your original question about have I spent time with the Iraqi forces? Yeah, usually for a day or two, and have gone out with them. And a couple occasions they've gotten bombed or have taken fire. I've actually seen in a year and a half a lot of change in how they'll respond to things. I think the first couple times I went out with them, the response was just to start shooting in every direction. And I've seen them become a lot more disciplined. They've been taught a lot by the U.S. forces, and they're moving in a real professional way. I mean, speaking as a civilian, it looks professional to me, and have been a lot more disciplined about what they're doing, and sort of taken on more responsibilities about acting on information they get and responding to attacks and other kind of threats.